everybody. We have a presentation prepared here about student services at DIFC. We'll be answering questions through chat throughout. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And we can go back to any points again if needs be. So you're very welcome. To the future class of 2021. This morning we are going to first of all meet the student services team. We'll talk about how to contact us. We'll talk about what we do in general, and we're going to go through the support that we'll be offering you before you arrive, the online student support and the online social program. Then we'll move on to talking about how we'll be supporting you once you arrive in DIFC on campus in Dublin. So we'll be going through student visa information, opening bank account, health insurance, student cards and letters. We'll talk about the social program that we provide here in Dublin. I'll then speak about the attendance policy, our student council, and some advice about talking to us. As I said, if you have questions, you can put them in the chat at any point throughout, and we'll be getting back to everybody. So our student services team, made of myself, Emer Moore, and I'm the student affairs manager. Then we have Sylvia Kuczynska, our senior student services officer, and Sharon Delaney, our accommodation administration officer. And you'll get to meet all of us this morning through our presentations. Our student services office is obviously on campus, but we have special teams contact hours while we're online, where students can contact us by chat or video call or just regular call each morning from 8:30 to 9:30 and each afternoon from 1:30 to 2:30. Some students prefer to avail of our services that way. So what do we do in student services? First of all, we prepare documents for visa registration, opening bank accounts, etc. Students often need letters to show that they are DIFC students, and we provide those letters for them. We organise medical insurance for all students. We arrange accommodation and advise students who are in accommodation, even if it's not arranged through DIFC. We take care of attendance, recording and monitoring. We advise students on life in Ireland. We organise social activities in collaboration with the Student Council, and we also take care of all college administration. Before you arrive, the online students...
Emer, the slides are actually not going ahead, so we're still on the first one here.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, no problem.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, it's grown now.
What about now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Moving?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, sorry. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, so there we go. So before you arrive, students, we will organise your college registration. That's your registration with DIFC. While you're an online student in DIFC, we do monitor all attendance. So we'll still be taking care of attendance recording and monitoring. We'll provide advice on immigration registration in advance of your arrival. We will help you with accommodation arrangements and advice, and then we'll be taking care of the regular college administration for you. But really what we'll do is we'll answer any questions you ever have. You can always contact the student services team. Our online social program is something that we've had to devise this year. We do an afternoon tea, which is just a chit chat, which is once a week. We'll organise virtual tours of places like museums, zoos, distilleries, different places around the world, or around Dublin, around Ireland, around the world, that we can organise and share with you. We'll be doing a monthly themed online quiz, sing-along parties, We'll have optional classes like Irish language, yoga, bushcraft, cooking, crafts, all sorts of things. It'd be really important that you get to build a relationship with your classmates, and we'll be doing this through all of our online social program. And we'll absolutely be taking feedback from our students on what interests them and working with you on what you would like to do too. Once you arrive in the college, we'll take care of student visa registration, and I'm going to pass over to Sylvia to take over from here.
Thank you, Emer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. My name is Sylvia Kuczynska and I'm Senior Student Services Officer, as Emer mentioned, and I'm really excited to be, preparing for welcoming you in the college next year. And it is really exciting time indeed. So I'm going to take over from that and talk you a little bit through the what's going to happen when you arrive in the college and how are we going to support you. And I can imagine that you have loads of questions about what's going to happen and how things will work. And, it's obviously all very strange and very different. So if there is anything that can pop into your head right now, please feel free to enter the question into the chat box and we'll try to answer it as we go. But if you feel like you have any questions later, feel free to contact us and we will definitely get back to you and let you know, okay? So once you arrive in the college, we will support you throughout the whole way of any administration things that need to be done, any administration tasks that you need to look after. And the question that we usually get asked as the first one is your visa extension. People are usually very concerned about, what does the process involve and how do we need to go about it. So when you arrive in the college, the first that you think that you need to do is to book your appointment with immigration office. And this is the link that you will need to follow. It's done online for your first registration, and it's quite a straightforward process. And once you book your appointment, you're given the day and the time when you need to go to immigration office to extend your visa. And then you will need the set of documents when you present yourself in the immigration office. And again, I would like to stress out that we'll support you all the way. So we'll make sure that you have everything you need when you go. And reading through the websites and scrolling through the information there can be a little bit overwhelming. But we will make sure to answer any questions you have when you're here. So you're not on your own, I suppose, is the message that I'm trying to give you here. So once you have your appointment booked, you then need to wait for your medical insurance and confirmation of registration letter of registration for the bank letter. So this is a little bit confusing, I presume, but that basically means that we need to give you your insurance document, medical insurance documents, and we will also give you paperwork that will allow you to open your bank account. And again, we'll support you and make sure that it's all in place and intact and all exactly as it needs to be. And then you will need to open your bank account in Ireland, as most nationalities will be required to present the bank statement from the Irish bank or foreign bank. We'll go into more detail later about that, if you have questions. Showing that you have at least €3,000 in your bank account. This is just to show that you actually have money to support yourself while living in Ireland, that your main purpose of being in Ireland is actually studies and not coming here to to work and make money. So that's how immigration office wants to ensure that you can afford staying here. And then once you receive your bank statement and your debit card, you're ready to go. So That pretty much means that for your immigration registration, you need to get the appointment, and then you will need the bank statement, medical insurance, and the letter from the college, just to simplify that slide here. And again, if there is anything that you find difficult along the way, we are here to help you and support you through the process. So the opening bank account is not easy if you try to do it by yourself, but it's very straightforward with the college support. So once you arrive, you'll have to open that account, and we will schedule the appointment for you, meaning you will get all the necessary documents from us, and then we'll make sure that we confirm your appointment with the bank, and you just go to the bank, present the documents that you got from us. We have a relationship established with the AIB bank. We're known to the bank, which makes life way easier for you and simplifies the process. And that allows you to open Irish bank account. Are the slides moving okay? I'm not sure if it's just on my screen. Yeah, okay. And throughout the year with us, throughout your studies with us, you will need a lot of documents. You will need a lot of letters and a lot of confirmations, really, that you are a student and that you are in Ireland, engaging in your studies. And we will be in contact a lot, and again, we'll be supporting you along the way to give you all the letters. You will also get your student cards. And every student will have a student card to access the facilities on campus. Dublin is a beautiful city, and we are in a really nice spot in Dublin. We'll tell you more about it during the presentation about the accommodation. And the campus where we're based is a really nice campus as well, and you'll be able to access all the facilities on the campus. So you will access the library, obviously, and you will be able to access a student union, which is a very active student union. There's a lot of societies, so you'll be able to you join all of them, and then there's a gym on campus. So there is a social life on campus itself, and the student card from the college will allow you to access all of that. And then another thing that you will be getting is the LEAP card, which is the bus pass, really. So this is like a pass for your transport that allows you to get the discounts on your travel cost, and also discounts in various different shops. And then we will be also providing you with any documents you might need, which would be letters confirming that you're a student. It happens a lot that students will be interested in buying products that are, discounted for students only. We really are behind you all the way. So, whatever you need, there's a go-to point, and we'll make sure to support you with any documents and any paperwork you may get, okay? I'm just going to quickly check if, I'm just trying to see if my chat box is working in case there are any comments.
Hello,
Yeah?
I now joined the class, and is this a class for accommodation? And
yeah, the one for accommodation will start at 9:40, so you're very welcome to stay. And then this is the student services support overall, and then at 9:40 we will start talking about the accommodation, and that's from 9:40 till 10:20.
okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
no problem. But you're very welcome to stay, and if you have any questions along the way, obviously we're more than happy to ask.
Okay, thank you.
I'm struggling here accessing the chat box, would you believe? So I'm just wondering if would you have any questions that you would feel comfortable asking at that stage that I could answer, or will we just go as we are?
Going okay.
Okay. So Emma, would you mind pointing out if there is anything you would like me to address from the chat box as we go?
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay, then perfect.
Yeah.
So once you arrive, the social program goes it changes. And I'm trying to think of that moment, because we will have a very active social program before you arrive. You know, it's so important for us that you actually get to meet your classmates and to engage in the social activities with them. And even though at that point you will be able to see them through the screen only, we will make sure that it is very engaging program, and we will be doing things together. We'll be playing games. We will be doing the sing-offs, you know, and the way I can envisage it, you know, we're hoping to build the relationships before you actually get to see each other in a real life. And I'm really excited about this part, when you arrive and actually see your friends that you used to know online only. I think it's going to be an exciting moment. And, you know, I'm very excited about that as well, because we will know you through the screens as well. And then, you know, I'm really looking forward to the moment when, you know, you arrive in the college and we get to see each other, you know, in the real life. So obviously when you arrive in the college, we will be able to explore the different spectrum of the social program, I would say, you know. So we'll be doing things that we've been doing for years with students, and it's all tried and tested. So we need to give credit to the previous years, as you know, we've done few things, good few things with students before, and we learned what worked very well, and you know which activities were the most fun really. And ice skating is always the winner, because many students just get to experience something new, but also it's a lot of fun for everybody, you know. So even if you haven't done that before, you know, it's a nice way of spending time together. And we organize various parties. So we do Christmas party and a Halloween party, and you know, and we will listen to you. So if you have an idea and you would like to celebrate something, you know, we will work with you, and we'll try to have more fun, and you know, help you organize things as well. And you know, if there's different celebrations coming to your mind. The Braehead Walk is another interesting one that we all do. It's a little bit challenging. I think that the picture at the bottom of that slide, you know, shows the huge achievement, which was, you know, all of us getting there, exhausted but smiling. And then we do bushcraft every year, which is learning about the nature and, you know, how to survive if you ended up being dropped, you know, in the woods without any means to survive. And then we also do a lot of university visits, and which is really to visit different universities, but also to travel Ireland and see more of this beautiful country really. And then we do boat trips and etc. So I suppose what I'm trying to show you here is that there's loads going on. Like coming to the DIFC, I understand that the main objective is, you know, your career and your education and where it's going to take you in the future. But we also like to think that this is the time for building friendships and having good time and, you know, exploring and seeing more of Ireland. And this is from the student services point of view, this is a very important aspect for us, this friendly environment and, you know, making friends for life, hopefully. So I'm going now to give you a little bit more information about the things that you might be thinking, oh, you know, how about this and how about that? We're gonna just brush on that here. So if you have more questions now, you're very welcome to ask, but again, you're very welcome to contact us later and ask more questions. And then we're not expecting you to memorize everything here. So if you still are in doubts, you know, when you arrive, you know, you won't be left by yourself on your own to pursue all of that. All of them tasks will be there to help you and guide you and just take you through the whole process. So the health insurance, from the arrival date, your medical insurance will be ready for you. So the minute you land in Ireland, you know, that day will make sure that you're covered for any medical emergencies and anything that could have happened to you. Now, the important thing here is the medical insurance as standard will not cover you for any pre-existing conditions unless you disclose them before arriving. So if any of us, you know, have any medical conditions, it's very important that you do mention them in your application form. because we can then take that into account when getting your medical insurance and see if they will be prepared to cover you for that as well. Anything that is not pre-existing condition is covered by your medical insurance. This also covers your hospital stays. That has been asked, this question has been asked a lot, you know, lately, because people started being very concerned about, you know, what happens if I need to go to hospital, will my insurance cover me? Absolutely, the medical insurance from the company that we work with covers you for all the hospitals in Ireland. So that includes almost all private hospitals as well, bar two. So it's a very good policy that you're getting. And it also covers any visits to the doctor and costs that you of any medication in excess of €100. This means that even if you need to see the doctor because you're not feeling well or having a stomach problem, it's not like a massive emergency, but you would like to see the doctor. The worst case scenario financially for you will be €100, and the insurance will cover the rest of the cost. So this is just to say that you know you're getting the policy that will keep you safe and and covered. Do you have any questions on that? Please feel free to ask. I'm very aware that I've been talking about it so many times before, and I can get into a bit of this automatic mode when explaining things. So it's all clear to me, but if you have any questions, please feel free to jump in and ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer them, okay? It's probably easier for you this way than to try, Google things and find the answers later, okay? So Emer mentioned attendance before. Attendance is very important. Emer, are you happy to talk a little bit more about this, or?
Yeah. So for all DIFC students, whether classes are online or on campus, we expect 100% attendance at classes. We know ourselves that there is a clear correlation between attendance and performance on our programs, and our programs are quite challenging. So Sylvia, do you want me to could you just keep the slides open there, Sylvia? Or do you want me to take it?
Do we have the attendance one up now? Do we? Yeah.
We have the attendance one up now, yeah. So we record attendance for every hour of every class, both online and in campus. The register is called at the start of class, and latecomers are marked as absent. So if you're late, it's considered non-attendance. As it states there, for your visa, we expect 85% attendance. But DIFC, we really have a very strong attendance policy. If you're unable to attend class for any reason, you must send an email to absences at DIFC Dublin and copy in your tutor, program manager, and relevant teachers. If you are missing classes and you haven't been keeping communication, we will arrange to meet with you and discuss your attendance with you. So it's not a zero tolerance policy. We of course understand that sometimes life gets in the way, but we will work with you to support you through the program, whatever support you might need. The most important thing is that you communicate that with us. Then, so if we move on to the next slide.
Yeah.
Student council then is also something that I would speak on. So for each group of students that we have, we elect a class representative. Class representatives are elected from each tutor group. They meet with the student services team monthly to discuss any issues or suggestions they might have, and that has continued throughout moving online. I schedule regular meetings with the class reps through Teams, and I just have a quick check-in with them, see what suggestions they have, any issues that are coming up, and that is shared with the college management. Class reps also form part of the student council, which meets once per term to discuss student issues and make suggestions. The class reps help to organise social activities throughout the college year, and we also encourage the class reps to organise their own activities within their own class groups or among the student body themselves. Class reps usually organise a WhatsApp group for all the students in the class, and they tend to communicate with each other that way, independently of the college. And often if there's an important message that we need to get out to all students, we will send an email to all students, but I might also follow up with a message to the class rep, and the class rep would share it quickly in the class WhatsApp just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. So the class reps have a very important role, and the students in general have a very important role in management of the college. We really work with the students, we listen to what they want and work with them as much as possible to make sure that everybody gets the best from their year at DIFC.
Yeah, so I suppose, you know, the main message really is that we're very lucky because the DIFC is not, it's a very, very friendly environment. And because of the small groups that you will be working in, you know, we really are in a position and we are able to connect with you really well. And I like to think of the program to being a very two-way program. Like you come here, you know, and you attend the course, and we provide you with something that we designed and we've tried before and it works well. But we also want to hear you, and we all want to listen your suggestions along the way. The beauty of the IFC is that although we have program that's set and solid, you know, we can take your suggestions on board, and we can hear your voice. And you know, if there is something that it's important to you during the year, you can be heard really quickly, and you know, that can be implemented straight away. So we're not just taking your feedback to work on it and maybe use it 3 years later. You know, we really like the idea of talking to you there and then, and building the experience together and then going through it together. So also one thing that came to my mind was when I was thinking about the DIFC, and I was thinking, you know, how come, you know, it is such a friendly place to be in, really, you know, for us to work with and for you to come to study. Most of the staff in the DIFC would have had the experience of living abroad at some stage. So you will be surrounded by people who have been through experience of trying to find their ways, you know, in a different country. And that gives this level of understanding when we just understand what you're going through, and the level of, you know, willingness to help and support is just incredible. And I hope you will get to experience that when you join us very soon. I think that's the last slide here, and it just says talk to us, and we just listed a few things and says when talk to us, what we can do, we can help you to arrange counseling if things get a little bit tough along the way, and you know, we will hopefully put the resources in place for you to get through things. And we will organize the medical support, and we'll make sure that we'll do our best to advise you with any professional help and advice about anything. And you know, that could be, you could be having challenges outside the college, in your accommodation arrangements, in your financial planning. You know, we might not solve the problem for you, but we might know where to you know, where to get you help with this, you know, where to look, and you know, how to point you in the right direction. So we are prepared to listen, and you know, if it is within our power to help you, we'll help you, and if it's not, we'll try to tell you who can help you with your situation. And then we'll obviously be more than happy to help you with any accommodation arrangements. And we will be talking about it in a few minutes. So if you are interested in the accommodation options in Dublin, please stay tuned. And we're really looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Sylvia. Does anybody have any questions at all? We're happy to answer any questions you might have. Don't worry if you feel you missed something. I think we have a question there about health insurance.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back to that point on health insurance.
now. I'm just going to put it up on the screen. So, yeah, is it a specific question about the health insurance? Please let me know if it answers your question, or if it doesn't, then I'm happy to elaborate on that, obviously. So the health insurance that you have in place covers any cost in excess of €100, meaning whatever happens, and let's say you need to see the doctor and the cost of that is €60, and then your medication is maybe 20. That's something that you will need to pay yourself, but because it's under 100 altogether. But if you end up in a situation when you're being referred to, let's say, hospital for more tests, and then the bill grows and it goes into hundreds and hundreds of euros, then we will help you to make the claim from the insurance company, and you're still going to be liable to cover the first 100, and the rest of it will be covered by medical insurance. And life happens, and most of the students, fortunately, do not need that needs to use that insurance. Some do for the minor problems, like going to GP with the persistent problem. We did have, unfortunately, the situations of when students ended up in a hospital having surgeries. And in that case, the bills can be really astronomical. I think the highest bill I heard within DIFC was in the region of 30,000. And again, student only needed to pay the first €100, and the rest of it was paid by medical insurance. So, it's very, very important that it is in place, and, it covers you and to give you a peace of mind. Does that answer the question, or would you like me to elaborate more on that? And thank you for asking the question. It's really great that you're taking this opportunity to clarify things. Okay, that's great. Thank you for engaging. Okay, so it's now 9:40.